Behind the cameras, behind the perfectly staged family dinners, a storm was brewing in the Brown household. And it all started with one shocking incident involving Christine's daughter, Mykelti, and her co-wife, Meri. What really happened that night when Meri lost her mind? And why did it change Christine's relationship with her forever? Now, we dive deep into Kody Brown's bombshell book Revelations, a Netflix-style unraveling of secrets.
They were older and they were doing out-of-school activities. The more Meri pulled back, actually, the more that anytime we were hanging out as a family, she was always on her phone. She was never actually hanging out with the family. She was on her phone most of the time, and she'd show up late and she'd leave early.
Rivalries and betrayal inside one of America's most famous polygamous families. According to Kody, it all began when Mykelti, then a teenager, made a comment that didn't sit well with Meri. What followed was an explosion. Meri allegedly lost her mind yelling, belittling, and leaving Mykelti shaken to the core. But here's the twist. This wasn't just about a single outburst. This was the moment Kody says she saw the darker side of Meri's relationship with the kids. Kody described it as the breaking point, the day she realized Meri's treatment of her daughter could never be forgiven. And fans? They started to connect the dots, noticing a pattern of tension on screen that suddenly made sense. Kody's revelation didn't just expose Meri's behavior, it shattered the illusion of unity the Browns had carefully built for television. For years, viewers speculated about Kody and Meri's cold interactions. But now? The truth was out. And the fallout was massive. Fans flooded social media with outrage, calling Meri's actions toward Mykelti unforgivable. Others accused TLC of protecting Meri's image by editing out harsher moments. Even more shocking, Kody hinted that this wasn't an isolated event. That behind closed doors, Meri's temper and treatment of the children were a recurring problem. Kody's book didn't just tell a story, it rewrote the entire sister wives narrative. Fans now saw Kody not as the jealous wife, but as a protective mother standing against a toxic dynamic. And here's where it gets even more complicated. Did this revelation push Kody closer to leaving Kody for good? For years, the Browns promoted themselves as a symbol of unity in plural marriage. But Kody's courage to share her truth revealed the cracks fans had always suspected. The biggest shock? Kody admits she didn't just lose trust in Meri. She lost hope for the entire family dynamic. And many fans say this was the real moment sister wives stopped being about love and started being about survival. So was this the beginning of the end? Long before Kody officially walked away from Kody? Some fans now see Kody's departure not as betrayal, but as liberation. Kody Brown's book doesn't just spill tea, it changes everything we thought we knew about sister wives. One mother's decision to stand up for her child became the spark that unraveled decades of silence and loyalty. What do you think? Was Kody right to cut ties with Meri after the Mykelti incident? Or did TLC exaggerate the drama for ratings? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Part 2. When Kody Brown's daughter, Truly, faced a terrifying health scare, the entire world of sister wives tilted on its axis. A father accused of neglect, a mother pushed to her breaking point, and a family forever fractured. But what really happened behind those TLC cameras? And why are fans calling it one of the darkest moments in sister wives history? No, we unravel the truth about the night. Truly's life was on the line, and how Kody's discovery became the final straw in her marriage to Kody Brown. Christine recalls it as the scariest night of her life. Truely was just a young girl, battling intense illness, her tiny body struggling to stay hydrated. Christine begged for help, but Kody was nowhere to be found. Why wasn't Kody there for his daughter? And how did this moment transform Christine's entire view of their marriage? Christine rushed Truely to medical care. Doctors revealed the severity. Truely was on the verge of kidney failure. Christine was shaken. Her child had been neglected, and in her eyes, the father, who should have been there, wasn't. Christine says that night, something inside her broke. Not just as a wife, but as a mother protecting her child. When Christine confronted Kody about his absence, his response shocked fans. Instead of remorse, viewers saw denial, blame-shifting, and cold detachment. Christine says it was as if he cared more about control than compassion. And this wasn't the first time. Fans began piecing together a troubling pattern of Kody's disengagement with his children, sparking outrage across social media. Mothers across America saw themselves in Christine's shoes, asking the same haunting question. How could any father leave his child in such a vulnerable state? The health scare wasn't just a wake-up call. It was Christine's breaking point. She later admitted, Truly's near-death experience showed her that she could no longer rely on Kody as a husband or as a father. But here's the twist. Christine wasn't the only one noticing. Other wives and older children began quietly voicing the same concerns. For years, the Browns painted themselves as a united, plural family. But Truly's health crisis revealed the fragile truth, cracks so deep, they could no longer be hidden from cameras or fans. Christine's decision to leave Kody wasn't sudden. It was survival. Fans now connect the dots. The neglect, the favoritism, the absence during crisis. And when Christine finally walked away, America stood and cheered. But fans didn't just cheer, they turned their anger on Kody. Was this the moment his reputation as family patriarch collapsed for good? The backlash was swift. Viewers accused Kody of neglect, calling him selfish, heartless, and unfit. Others debated whether TLC intentionally edited out harsher truths to protect the family's brand. In the end, Truly survived. But the Browns as a family did not. Christine's courage to walk away to protect her daughter became the defining moment of Sister Wives. And for millions of women watching, it was a story of strength, resilience, and putting children first. What do you think? Was Kody guilty of child neglect, or just a father portrayed unfairly by reality TV? Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. On the surface, the Brown family looked like America's most famous plural marriage success story. But behind the cameras, the cracks were already spreading. Two explosive moments, one involving Christine's daughter, Mykelti, and the other her youngest, Truly, would unravel decades of loyalty and reshape Sister Wives forever. What really happened the night Meri lost her mind on Mykelti? And how did Kody's absence during Truly's medical crisis expose the darkest truth about his role as a father? This isn't just family drama. It's a story of betrayal, survival, and a mother's breaking point. Christine revealed in her book that one evening, her teenage daughter Mykelti made a simple comment. Meri, instead of brushing it off, erupted. Christine says Meri lost her mind, yelling and belittling Mykelti in front of the family. Was this just a bad day? or a glimpse into a toxic pattern of behavior. For Christine, this wasn't just about one argument. It was about trust. She began to see Meri not as a sister-wife ally, but as a threat to her children's emotional well-being. Years later, Christine faced a nightmare no mother ever wants to endure. Truely fell gravely ill, her kidneys on the brink of failure. Christine rushed her daughter to doctors, terrified. But Kody? He wasn't there. Why was the family patriarch absent during his daughter's most vulnerable moment? Christine later admitted this was the breaking point. Truly's health scare made her realize she could no longer rely on Kody as a husband or as a father. Looking back, fans saw the signs. Meri's distance, Kody's favoritism toward Robin, Christine's tears. But it was only after these two incidents came to light that the puzzle pieces clicked into place. Viewers, especially mothers, flooded social media. They accused Kody of neglect, Meri of cruelty, and TLC of hiding the truth in carefully edited episodes. But was TLC protecting the Browns or protecting their ratings? For Christine, the choice became clear. She would no longer sacrifice her children's well-being for the sake of a crumbling plural marriage. She left Kody, and in doing so, shattered the image of sister wives as a functional family. But the fallout was bigger than anyone expected. The backlash against Kody and Meri was swift and fierce. Fans accused Kody of being a part-time dad, while others claimed Meri's outbursts toward the children were abusive. For many, Christine became a hero, the wife who finally stood up, protected her kids, and walked away. Was Christine's courage the beginning of the end? Not just for her marriage, but for the entire sister wives' empire? Christine's revelations forced America to rethink what they thought they knew. She wasn't jealous. She wasn't bitter. She was a mother who survived betrayal, neglect, and emotional abuse, and chose freedom. And as the saga continues, fans now watch not to see a united family, but to witness the fallout of secrets finally exposed. In the early years, Christine and Meri presented a united front. But behind the smiles, Christine admits she often felt judged, belittled, and pushed aside. Old episodes show moments where Meri's sharp words cut Christine down, moments fans now replay with a new understanding. Christine wasn't just another wife in Kody's orbit. She was the mother who carried the emotional weight of all the children. From Isabel's scoliosis surgery to Truly's kidney failure, it was always Christine at the front lines, not Kody. Mothers across Facebook groups shared their own stories of medical emergencies where fathers were absent. One Reddit thread gained thousands of upvotes, calling Kody a visitor in his own kids' lives. On YouTube, fans created reaction videos, some in tears, saying Christine gave them courage to walk away from toxic marriages. To understand why Christine endured so much, we have to go deeper. In Utah, polygamy had long been criminalized, forcing the Browns to move states and live in secrecy. Christine, raised in this culture, was taught loyalty and silence. But silence nearly cost her daughter's life. Experts in family dynamics say Meri's behavior fits a classic pattern. When power is threatened, control turns into aggression. As for Kody, his neglect may stem from emotional burnout, or perhaps his obsession with Robin blinded him from the needs of his other children. From the night she rushed Truly to the hospital, a seed was planted. Within months, Christine packed her bags, told the cameras she was done, and stepped into a new chapter. Her remarriage in 2023 was not just a wedding, it was a rebirth. But was Kody's absence during Truely's health scare the symptom of something even bigger? Many fans believe the real story is Kody's favoritism toward Robyn and how it destroyed the entire Brown family system. That is where our investigation goes next. What do you think? Did Meri cross the line with Mykelti? Was Kody guilty of neglect when Truely was ill? Or has TLC shaped the narrative to hide the truth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next deep dive into sister wives. Coming up, we'll expose the untold story of Kody's favoritism toward Robyn and how it divided the family forever.